Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome to this week's Midweek 180. Well, I am staying with some different friends this week in the Cotswolds. I'm actually borrowing my godson's bedroom for the week while I work away from home. But if you've not seen one of these before, this is my midweek update where I bring you my news, views and information about upcoming reviews, all filmed in one take. I'm going to put 180 seconds in the bottom left hand corner of your screen, and that's it. A very simple format. So without further ado, let's get cracking with this week's Midweek 180. I shall start my timer. Okay, first comment last week for the first time was Malcolm Brew. Well done, Malcolm. That's your first comment, but whoever puts the first comment this week, I will give you a shout out next week. Let the battle royale commence. Where are you and what you're doing? I actually had three I want to mention. Roger Pope was on the ocean liner Oceana, just leaving Sicily on his way to Valletta. That was pretty cool. Graham Wood was in a caravan in Dawlish Warren, and Rodney Betts was baking a cake in Missouri, USA. So wherever you are right now and whatever you're doing, let me know in the comments below and I will give you a shout out next week. Now, last week's question was all about your favourite feature on your car, and there was a whole bunch of different suggestions, and the ones that resonated with me, Hill Hold, I quite like that one. Quite a few people said Apple CarPlay. Loads of people said heated front windscreen with the kind of interior, the elements that are actually in the windscreen. I had that on a couple of Land Rover cars, absolutely brilliant. And lots of people agreed with me on the old adaptive cruise, especially when mixed with lane assist. So lots of really good features. Slight change of format this week. My question this week has been suggested by one of you guys. So Speed Machine 35 asked me a question in last week's Midweek 180. Basically, for F1, which F1 race would you keep and which F1 race would you get rid of in the season? So I would love to know what your thoughts are there. Is there an F1 race that you're not that bothered about and will get rid of, and one that you absolutely we must keep in the calendar? So let me know what your thoughts are on that one. While we're talking about F1, I have to say the Russian Grand Prix didn't shower itself in glory. I thought qualifying was quite interesting. Brilliant lap from Bottas, too hot for Hamilton to hold. And then I'm so gutted because really Bottas really deserved the win on race day on Sunday, but team orders took place. He moved aside, let Lewis win. I can understand why it was done. It's important for the Constructors' Championship and the Drivers' Championship, but I did feel hard done by in the end, and I think Bottas, quite rightly, would have been pretty aggrieved at that, to be honest, but I guess he is the number 2 driver, not that they would ever say that. New car news, it's Paris Motor Show this week, so there's quite a lot of new car news, but I wanted to mention this. So this is the new Hyundai i30N Fastback. The reason I wanted to mention it is I've already talked to Hyundai UK about getting access to one of these as soon as it hits their press fleet. So hopefully come about January time, I'll be driving that. And also, I don't know if you saw this, but this is the N option styling pack that you can spec on your i30N. And I just think that looks absolutely mega. I'm a big fan of the i30N. And then I also wanted to mention this week, car news, my mate Humphrey is finally selling Red 10. I will put details below. It's being sold sealed bids, but amazingly Humphrey is donating anything above the reserve price. 50% of that he's going to give to the RAF Benevolent Fund, which is a hugely generous gesture. He's had a brilliant year with the car, so hats off to you, mate. That's all I can say. And that, my dear peddlers, is that. I will put the links down below. Aston Martin Cambridge is selling Red 10 and they've put together a beautiful kind of sales brochure. It's really, really cool. So I'll put links to that below. Finally, I know I'm over time, but hey ho. This Friday's video at 6 o'clock. I've literally last week I had the Hyundai Ioniq plug-in hybrid. And on Friday, it's my first of my videos with that. I've done a real-world MPG test. Basically, I had the car for a week and I drove it under a range of different driving conditions to see what the real-world MPG was, because Hyundai quote over 200 miles per gallon combined cycle, and I wanted to see if that was achievable or not. So you need to tune in on Friday at 6 to see if it was, to see what I ended up with in terms of fuel economy. There's a couple of videos coming with the Ioniq, to be fair. But that, my dear peddlers, is that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have done so, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, Please subscribe to Petrol for plenty more content to come. I will see you on the next video, which is this Friday at 6 for living with the Hyundai Ioniq plug-in hybrid real-world MPG test. It's quite an interesting result, that's all I need to say. Make sure you check out the links to Red 10's sale as well, and I'm sure we'll maybe bring you some content, or I'll keep you posted as to how that sale goes. But I'll see you guys on the next film. You take care. Drive safe.